Well, my name is Clayton Brown. I am a driver. I'm a driver for a car service, and I do part-time Uber and Lyft. I'm an ex-employee of Lebanon Companions, bakery in the Bronx, and I stopped working for them in 2018, and we're in a case right now trying to figure out what's going on with the employment. The Department of Labor and the National Relations Labor Board, they have come together to say that we really aren't independent contractors, and you couldn't want a bigger backing than that. So the truth is, Levin, they really don't have a leg to stand on right now, but they're still trying to fight it anyway. We started working at Levin, and after a while we realized that each driver started complaining about checks being returned, and they gave this impression of this massive bakery with unlimited resources, and every driver said, my check got returned, my check got returned. So we went to the office, said, our check got returned for insufficient funds. They said, okay, we'll make it up to you next week. Next week it didn't happen. They said, okay, we'll make it up to you next week. So this is 3 weeks now without a paycheck. So the following Monday, we said, no, we can't do this anymore. Let's all decide to strike. Well, they knew beforehand. We told them, if we do not get our checks today, we won't be coming to work tomorrow. We didn't get them, so we didn't show up to work. And so the same day we didn't show up to work, all of us drove down there in the office hours, because our regular time is like 2 a.m. We go to the bakery to load up. So at that time the office isn't really open. So we waited until the office opened. We got there and we saw one of the managers or the owners called Dan, and he said, you guys are fired because you didn't come to work this morning. And we said, well, you guys haven't paid us for 3 weeks, and it doesn't make sense to show up to work and not be paid. So he fired us. Well, when it comes on to being a company employee, you're protected by certain laws, but with private contractors or independent contractors, the companies don't feel obligated to pay out. They don't feel obligated. We have to buy our own insurance, health insurance. We don't get sick days. We don't get, we're not qualified for anything. So because of that, now they can use that to say, oh, you don't qualify for that. You're an independent contractor. We don't have to pay you out. So they use that so that benefits them, but it doesn't benefit us. Well, I've come to realize, because I've learned a lot since doing this case, that if you are an employer or you're a business owner, there are so many loopholes. You can get away with things, having people classifying them as independent contractors, so you benefit and the worker does not benefit. So if we have laws that would, be leading toward the employee, and changing some of these laws will definitely help some of these employees out, and they can get insurance, they can get medical help they need without taking so much out of their pockets. So doing that, I believe, will help many of us to live a better quality of life.